Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, friends. I'm so excited to chat with my dear sister, Fabiana. But I would like to first introduce everybody to the platform, tell you a little bit about myself and why Miss Fabiana is here with us today. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lisa Harris, and I am an author, a storyteller, a narrative coach, and the CEO and founder for Lisa Harris and Company. And for those who don't know, Lisa Harris and Company is a personal development company that connects, guides, and transforms women's lives through storytelling. So women are my jam, I like to say, and storytelling is my heart. So put those two together and this is what you got. So I'm really excited because this year we're doing something a little bit different. Our Unveiled Beauty Holding Hands online events are going to be a unique series this year, and we have 6 events coming up for 2021. And it is an online space for women to connect, comfort, and share. And we're really focusing on topics that are important to women. And these are the topics that when women come to me to talk about writing their stories or sharing their stories, a lot of these topics are at the root of the stories they want to share or the stories that are heavy on their heart. So I thought it was really important to bring women together in our community, regular women, everyday women, professionals, women who are doing great things, but also just real women. And to talk about these topics, to open ourselves up and to be vulnerable. So we're really excited to kick off this series next Thursday, April 15th, from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time with our first event, which is called I Do, Marriage, Divorce, and Happily Ever After. And so for all of you lucky listeners today, I am introducing one of our co-hosts, Miss Fabiana Peterson. Hello, Fabiana.
Hello, Lisa. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be part of this program with you.
I'm so happy you're here. So for those who are newer to the platform, Miss Fabiana did share her very beautiful, intimate, and vulnerable story with our community back in 2019, March 2019. Yes. And so Fabiana's been a dear sister to the platform, and we are excited to have her co-host for the very first event. So Fabiana, would you just tell our audience a little bit about yourself personally and professionally?
Yes, with pleasure. So I'm Fabiana Peterson, and as my daughter says, that is actually her pet peeve that I always say I'm Brazilian. My 16-year-old. I'm Brazilian who got lost in Minnesota. I've been living in the US for about 20 years now. My story that I'm going to share there is actually what got me started to change my entire career from 30 years in the corporate world, financial markets, into helping women find their inner strength. And now, most recently, I became a brain health certified coach using the science of human emotion to help these women find that inner strength, understanding feelings, behaviors, how everything's connected to your thoughts, and so on and so forth. And I am honored to be part of this Unveiled Beauty event. And it's so interesting because we have 4 co-hosts, and I am the one that has all of the marriage, divorce, and happily ever after. Because I was married, I divorced, and I remarried. So you guys are going to listen to all the details about the story next week. So tune in because it will be very interesting. All the 4 stories, we just did a run through today and it was amazing. The stories are very relatable. And this is what I love about your work, Lisa, is the way you create the space for women to be vulnerable, to relate, to feel the space is open for me to talk, to share, to receive. I don't want to talk, I just listen. So this is going to be it. I am turning 50 in a couple weeks. Yes, April 25th. I'm so excited about it. One of my big things is to have women understand that aging gracefully is beautiful. We don't need to have eternal youth.
Yes.
It's, you know, I feel eternally young.
Yes.
And that's what's important. So I guess that one of the things that I'd love to talk about, because I think this topic is so important, um, the whole concept of a blueprint that we have in life. We all grow up with this blueprint that we bring from childhood. Whatever your blueprint is, I'm gonna get older. I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna work. Then I'm gonna marry. Then I'm gonna have 3 kids. And I'm gonna buy a house in the lake, and whatever else you think of, retirement or whatever. And then if any of those things actually doesn't happen, we get lost and stuck in life. So listening to different stories and trying to create the awareness of where you are is going to be key for anyone getting into a marriage or being in a marriage and being confused. So we're going to talk about that, I guess, when we get there, because divorce, and I learned myself, and I see with my clients that have been through divorce, and I studied in the neuroscience, it actually happens in the brain that the divorce is the most painful path that a woman can have in a relationship. More pain than actually when you lose a spouse for death, because of a specific bond that happens in your limbic system, which is the part of your brain that is the emotional side of your brain. So divorce is one of the most painful things that can happen in a woman's brain, in a woman's life. So, and I'm not gonna talk anything about my story. So,
I know. It's hard not to. So we're going to save all the good stuff. We promise. I do think that it's really important for women to be able to hold space for each other, right? The journey of, being a woman, motherhood, being a wife, and if you're a career woman, you have that on top of them. And I think it's really important for us to be able to listen and just help guide each other. I keep saying in a lot of my messaging that, we're not the experts. We are knowledgeable. We're experts in some things, but I'm not the expert of Fabiana. And I'm not the expert of any other woman to come through our doors, but, we can be there to walk alongside each other and share what we know. And I think it's important to be able to do that and just show women, one of the things I've been getting a lot of feedback on in the spaces that I create is that I have the ability with the community that's here to show women how to practice being vulnerable. And we talk so much in the world right now about vulnerability and how it's important, but we don't create a lot of spaces where people can practice that. Like, being vulnerable is messy, right? And we have to have places where we can, where we can trip and we can fall and we can fumble and we're still there to say it's okay, So I'm excited to be able to have this series and excited to be able to pass the baton to the co-hosts. So for those who aren't, who know kind of my past events, I'm really excited because the women that have come on board, who have all signed up to lead these events this year, are doing just that. Each event will probably look very different. We'll begin obviously with, some of the basic things you can expect on, the Unveiled Beauty platform. And at the end of the event, I'm going to do something new with some narrative coaching exercises. But the event itself is going to be really run, managed, and led by the co-hosts. And I think that's really exciting because they're all going to look a little different. Not only the topics, but how the women come together and how they approach this, their particular event. So I'm really excited to see what you guys have.
I know, and you know what? Something that I think it's important for people to understand: why should I come to this event? Any human being, sometimes it's really hard for us to create awareness of what we're seeing and how we're feeling. But when you see someone else telling your story, you might find something in their story, not necessarily the specifics, but that you can relate, and that oh my God, I'm not alone. Or I can see myself doing that. Oh my God, that gave me some light for myself. So sometimes you feel, this is actually what I'm going to actually write on my Instagram today. There's a story of this person like on a jail, and they're like desperate, holding the bars. Oh my God, I need to get out. I need my friend. I want to get out. But they just don't notice that there are no walls.
Yeah.
So you just, the only thing you need to do to free yourself is to walk around. So just go, come and listen. If you don't want to talk, listen. But if you are open to be vulnerable, you can share and listen even more.
Yeah. It's a beautiful space. And obviously I started these series, these storytelling way back in 2017, but where we sit today, I attribute to the women that keep coming back and the new women who come. It's the community right now that is really holding this space up. I am just creating the Eventbrite. So I feel like it's a wonderful community of women who have leaned into each other, have, done business together, have become friends, have done collaborations. And it's a really great community of women who I trust deeply on many levels. And so I invite all the women who are curious about our platform or curious about this topic to take a chance, and we invite you to join us. It's going to be an incredible evening, and I can't wait to see what you and your co-hosts have up your sleeves. But once again, I just want to say thank you, Fabiana, because you have been such a beautiful light. I know your story, and those who are at your event and maybe those more intimate in your life do know your story, but you are an extremely beautiful and courageous woman who has so much positive light. And it's just been such a joy to have you in this platform intimately, and even with your support on the outside. And I'm just excited to have you at this first event.
I'm excited to be co-hosting it. I can't wait. It's going to be really, really, really interesting, ladies. I'm telling you. You have 4 powerhouses there in that event.
I know. I can't wait too. So for everyone who is listening today, once again, this is Miss Fabiana Peterson. She will be co-hosting our event next Thursday, and that's Thursday, April 15th from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And it's online, so women from all over can join us. And we have invited lots of women from all over the country onto this platform over the past year. So we're really excited to meet all of you. And the topic of the event is I do marriage, divorce, and happily ever after. And we're opening up the conversation that will be led by our 4 co-hosts. And in the end of the evening, I'm going to do a short narrative coaching writing exercise so that we have time to reflect and put down on paper some of our thoughts of the evening. So I'm really looking forward to meeting new people and seeing old friends. And thank you again, Miss Fabiana.
Thank you for having me here. Can't wait.
I know. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.